Hey everyone! Have you ever felt that sinking feeling when you check your credit score? You're not alone. So many people struggle with understanding their credit scores and how to improve them. But don't worry. In this video, I'm going to break it all down for you and show you some easy ways to boost your score effectively. Stick around. Alright, let's dive into it. Credit scores, they're kind of a big deal in personal finance. Your credit score can influence everything from whether you get approved for a loan to the interest rates you'll pay on that loan. Basically, it's like a financial report card that tells lenders how reliable you are when it comes to borrowing money. Higher credit scores mean better terms and lower rates, while lower scores can make it tough to get that car, house, or credit card you want. So understanding your credit score is super important. Before we jump into how to boost your score, let's cover some key concepts you need to know. First up, credit reports. These are detailed reports of your credit history. Then, we have scoring models. The most common ones are CIBIL and Experian, and they each have different ranges for what's considered good or bad. Lastly, you should know the factors that influence your credit score: payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, new credit, and types of credit used. These elements are crucial for understanding where you stand. Step-by-step guide? Now let's get into our step-by-step guide on how to improve your credit score. First, start by checking your credit score. You can do this through various online services, some of which are free like Phonepay, Paisabazaar, etc. Next, once you have your score, you can request a copy of your credit report. You can get it from platforms like Paisabazaar, the video demo of which will be shown later in the video. After that, take a close look at your report. Are there any late payments? High credit utilization? Those are your areas for improvement. Next, tackle any outstanding debts. Make a plan to pay off credit cards and loans, starting with those high-interest debts first. Also, ensure you pay all your bills on time. This is super important for your payment history. If you have the means, consider keeping your credit utilization below 30%. That means using less than 30% of your total available credit. And lastly, don't close old credit accounts. They help with the length of your credit history, which is a big factor in your score. Video demo. Now, let's switch gears for a second. I'm going to show you how to check your credit score online. I have used Paisabazaar app available on the Google Play Store, which is a very popular app for checking credit score in India. It shows credit score based on CIBIL, Experian, Highmark, and Equifax. You'll see here that it gives me a breakdown of my credit utilization, payment history, and any derogatory marks on my report. Notice how easy it is to interpret. You also have ability to download detailed report by paying a very small fee, which you can use to refer at your own convenience. Look for those key areas I mentioned earlier. If you see any red flags, like late payments or too high utilization, take note. These are the things you need to work on. Tips and best practices? Alright, now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about some tips and best practices for maintaining a good credit score. First off, always pay your bills on time. Set up reminders or automatic payments if you can. Next, keep your credit utilization low. Aim to use less than 30% of your total available credit. Also, regularly check your credit reports to catch any errors early. If you find any inaccuracies, dispute them right away. And lastly, don't apply for too much new credit at once. Each time a lender looks at your credit, it can ding your score a bit. Troubleshooting? Now let's address some common issues you might run into. One of the biggest problems people face is incorrect information on their credit reports. If you find something that doesn't look right, don't panic. You can dispute errors with the credit bureau that reported it. They're required to investigate and respond to your dispute, usually within few days. Just make sure you provide any supporting documentation you have. Another common issue could be a sudden drop in your score. This might happen due to a missed payment or high utilization. Stay proactive and address these issues as they come up. Conclusion? To wrap it all up, understanding your credit score doesn't have to be daunting. We've covered what credit scores are, the key concepts you need to know, and actionable steps you can take to boost your score. Remember, it's all about staying informed and proactive. Keeping an eye on your credit can save you a ton of money in the long run. So now it's your turn. Apply these tips and start working on your credit score today. I'd love to hear about your experiences, so leave a comment below. And don't forget to check out my other videos for more financial tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.